According to a recent article that I'm reading right now in the Globe and Mail, Toronto's pre-construction sales are at their lowest level in 32 years. At the end of June, there was almost 2,500 new condo units on the market in Toronto and Hamilton. That's double the amount from last year and 5 times higher than 2 years ago. That number of available units, it might be much higher because there's still pre-construction condos that buyers are trying to close. The problem with trying to close these now is that these condos were sold at approximately $1,187 a square foot. So if you're trying to close it now, the bank is only going to finance it based on today's current values, which is approximately 24% less at $903 per square foot from its original price. So that means that a buyer who originally anticipated putting down 20% is now going to have to put down closer to 40% to make up that difference. And there's still almost 18,000 units that are under construction right now and slated to be completed within the next 6 months, which is going to bring the number of condos in Toronto and Hamilton up to almost 32,000. That's 5 years of inventory on the market. 5 years. That's if the pace stays at 2024 levels, which it likely won't. So according to this article, Urbanation reported 533 condo sales in the first quarter of 2025, down 62% from the same time last year. There's currently 21 condo projects that have been canceled in the last year and a half for obvious reasons. And one of the biggest issues here is that condo developers were making smaller and smaller units. And those are the units that people no longer want. They were satisfying a demand for investors. And now the majority of buyers are not investors. Christopher Ween, who's the chief operating officer of Acquisition Developments, says that one of his condo projects that launched last year was really disappointing because no one wanted those small units. That's what they realized. End users were buying these condos, and they want condos that they can actually live in. So what they did is they redesigned the building. They put in 25 less units, and instead of having mostly studio and 1 bedrooms, they created larger units with up to 3 bedrooms, and they increased the size of each unit by about 10%. So they could add walk-in closets, double sinks, things like that end users want. So with all of these developments being canceled, the condo market's going to be in a rough ride for the next few years. But make no mistake, at some point, this will come back. And then, because of all these projects that are being canceled, we won't have enough units to satisfy demand, and then the market will go up again. Now, that's years away, 5, 6, 7 years away. Now, here's my last thought. With all of these units sitting empty, this kind of begs the question, how could this satisfy some of our housing shortage problem? With news that we need to build 50,000 new units a year for the next 5 years, maybe this could be a partial solution.